Hey guys, today is September 19th, 2024, and this is my second video for today. In case you didn't get to see the first one, my weight on the scale today was 225.8, and I'm getting closer to my first goal of 225, so hope I see it soon. I wanted this video to be just a really quick recap of what my current protocol is with my health goals and efforts. I touched on most of this in the last video, so I'm sorry for anybody who saw that, and this is a repeat, but I wanted to just kind of put it in a succinct way here in case anybody doesn't want to watch or listen to all that other stuff, but they are curious about my current protocol. So my protocol is just what I call, what I'm doing with my nutrition, lifestyle, exercise, all of that in terms of what my health and wellness goals are. And it's changing all the time. Like, it seems like every month, I'm tweaking it because of what worked or what didn't work last time, and what I feel like I need to tweak this time. So so in a nutshell, I am experimenting with intermittent fasting, and my fasting window is between about noon and 7 p.m. I'm really pretty good with not eating before noon. Like, today is 12:44, and I haven't had anything to eat today other than just drinking water. I'm fine. Like, I definitely feel like I could eat soon, but I don't feel ravenous. I don't feel shaky. I don't feel, really uncomfortable in any way. And I usually try to get my walk in, which is what I'm out here doing right now, is halfway done with my walk for today, because I like to walk before I've eaten so that my body can use the fuel that's stored on my body instead of the fuel, that I take in through a meal. So I like to do my daily walk fasted if possible. So it's not really any trouble for me to put off eating first thing in the morning and wait until afternoon, or sometimes even like around 2 or 3, just depending on what I have going on that day. I know that some people are big proponents of eating as soon as you get up in the morning, because that's when your metabolism fires up, and you want to encourage your metabolism, like stoke that fire. I'm still, learning about everything, but for right now, this is kind of like the easiest, most convenient thing for me to create an extended fast. And for me right now, I feel like the extended hours of fasting, when I say extended fast, anybody who like does extended fast, like where you're fasting for days or weeks at a time, like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not there yet. My extended fast is like, instead of going a few hours between meals, I go for, 14, 16, 18 hours from my last meal of the night to my breaking my fast or my breakfast the next day. And so, yeah, that's just kind of the pattern that I've settled into right now that seems to be working for me. The 7 p.m., like not eating past 7 p.m. is for different reasons. The biggest reason is that I want to close, I want to keep a tighter fasting window. So that's a big reason. Another big reason is because I have reflux as part of my health issues. And the closer I eat to bedtime, the worse the issues are with the reflux. So I just want to avoid that. And then the other big, huge reason that I don't want to eat close to bedtime is because, from what I've been reading and learning, our body only heals at night. And you don't want to be digesting at night because you had a big meal late, and then your body has to spend all of the hours that you're trying to sleep, has to deal with digesting. And, digesting when you're very horizontal and everything, that can contribute to all those reflux issues, and then your body has to deal with that. And I don't know, it just, it makes a lot of sense to me that my body is wanting to focus on repairing and resting when I'm sleeping, and so I shouldn't be giving it a big job of digestion. So that's why I do that. The sticky part about cutting my eating off at 7 p.m. is that I live with my family, and so we have like dinners together, and depending on different people's schedules, sometimes it's hard to coordinate people getting home from work and getting food made and getting like dinner on the table so that we can all eat by 7. So I would definitely say at this juncture, I'm not done eating at 7. I'm probably done eating closer to like 8, but definitely, striving to at least serve and have dinner by 7. But pretty soon here, I'm probably going to be altering this intermittent fasting window and kind of tightening it up. But I'm not going to talk about that yet because I'm not there yet. So I'm going to just stay focused on where I'm at. So in that window that I am eating between like say noon and 7 or 8 p.m.ish, I'm only having 2 meals. And these are like planned scheduled meals. I don't like plan them to a T, like where I have to have the exact meal. Like I can be flexible, but I'm planning to have a meal like probably when I get home from this walk, and then I'm planning to not eat again until I have dinner later. And I'm planning to not have any snacks. And snacks for me include, any kind of beverages, caloric beverages, anything like that. I'm just not doing anything like that. So I'm having 2 meals in that eating window. And that's going pretty well. I know a lot of people think that they can't, like fasting, intermittent fasting, whatever. It seems like an uncomfortable idea because you got to have breakfast. You can't skip a meal. But from what I'm learning is, especially if you're a person that has trouble with obesity like me, or insulin resistance like me, or digestive issues like me, you probably can skip some meals. Like you probably will be okay if you skip, more of the eating that you're doing and kind of tighten it down to just like a couple meals a day. It would probably benefit a lot of people in my situation. So that's what I'm doing with the eating. And then as far as when I am eating, what am I eating? Well, I'm focusing on eating whole foods, like nothing junk, nothing processed. Pretty much not really eating anything that comes in a box or a can to amount to anything. Not going to any drive-throughs or, standard American, diet type junk food. I've always liked going out to restaurants, but I'm kind of even like being a little bit careful about that lately because, well, first of all, it's crazy expensive. Like, oh my God. And second of all, it's like you never know, like even if you think you're ordering something healthy or making a healthy choice, like you don't know, how it's prepared or if there's been added sugar or something like that. So I'm pretty much trying to eat at home. I'm trying to eat real whole foods, and I am trying to tighten up my portions too. Like if I have some protein or some healthy fats or some vegetables, I'm not really worrying about the portions on those at all. It's not like I'm weighing or measuring or counting calories or anything like that. But when it comes to the carbohydrates, that's for me, it's going to look like a serving of rice or a serving of potatoes or maybe some gluten-free bread, because I happen to have, some gluten-free bread products that I bought over the summer that I've been experimenting with since I've been trying to be gluten-free this year. That's another thing I'm doing is I'm definitely leaning hard into the gluten-free end of the spectrum. I'm not like necessarily reading every label and memorizing every name for gluten and avoiding it all. And, I'm not like extreme with it, but I am definitely choosing not to have pasta, not to have bread, not to have pastries or, things with flour, even gravies, things like that. I'm not doing that if it's got gluten in it. And if occasionally I get a little inadvertent gluten, that might happen. But, for the most part, I'm trying to avoid the gluten. So those carbs that I do have at my meals, though, are the ones that I'm paying the most attention to. Like, I don't want to overeat on rice or overeat on potatoes or, something like that. So, but I am allowing myself to have them. And for anybody who didn't see the other video, what I had mentioned is that in the past, when I've tried to go like completely like no carbs, low carbs, whatever, and I've cut out like even, potatoes, rice, gluten-free bread, like having none of that ever, I seem to suffer with my brain chemicals, like pretty noticeably. You know how, like, if somebody's taking, like, I don't know, let's say Prozac, and they tell you don't go off your meds, like, you know, you can't just go off of them cold turkey, you got to wean. Well, I kind of feel like in the experience in my body, it feels that way with sugar and carbs too. It's like if I completely cut out all of that cold turkey, I seem to struggle, you know, almost with like a depression or, you know, withdrawal of some type. So anyway, I am not looking to cut all that stuff out altogether. I think there are beneficial, you know, nutrients in those types of foods. I'm just trying to make sure that they are whole, real foods and that I'm monitoring like a reasonable portion of those when I have my meals. What else about eating? I have a complement of supplements that I'm taking. I'm going to do a separate video to talk about the supplements I'm taking right now and why. But I take supplements pretty much every day, unless I forget. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else about the eating. I think those are the big things. I am not currently monitoring my hydration, but that's probably something that I kind of want to think about doing, especially if I start to do more and more fasting. I definitely want to make sure I keep my hydration levels up. So, not currently monitoring that, but I do believe hydration is very important. So, I am trying to clean up my sleep hygiene, excuse me. I've been averaging, according to my Fitbit records, I've been averaging about 6 hours of sleep a night over the course of this year. My goal is to get up to where that average is 7 hours of sleep a night and eventually increase that to 8. But for right now, my current goal is 7 hours of sleep a night. And even a doctor that I met with just today about all this stuff was telling me just how important sleep is to any health, wellness, or, you know, weight loss journey. So that is my current sleep goal. I have a daily step goal of 9,000 steps a day on average. So far, I am not meeting that. So far, my steps are averaging more like 8,000 steps a day. So I think I can get there, but I'm still striving to try to get 9,000 steps a day. Excuse me. And I am generally doing that by like doing a daily walk. That's the goal. It doesn't always happen, but I try to do that as well as there's different exercise classes that I do, which are mostly of the yoga variety right now, different types of yoga, but yeah, those classes. And then just I wear my Fitbit, and so just going through life, doing whatever in a day is how I average my steps. And then another goal that I have for this month is there is a book I'm reading, and I apologize, I don't have it to show you right now. I'll put it in one of my upcoming videos. But I'm on my walk, and I've stopped at my halfway point to make these videos. So I don't have the stuff with me, but I'm reading a book that is written in conjunction with Dr. Jason Fung, F-U-N-G, and it is something like the complete guide to fasting. And so I am reading that book, and so far I'm loving it, and my goal is to get through that book by the end of this month. I just kind of want to digest, pardon the pun, if you will, everything that it has to say on like fasting for beginners, basically. I'm trying to think if there's any other goals that I have. I have a planner and a tracker that I use to try to plan and track my different health goals. So one of my goals is to make sure I'm using that regularly because I feel like a way to build consistency is, to just kind of have an accountability check-in with yourself every day, or an accountability partner if you're lucky to have one. And so that planner tracker for me, the idea is that can be an accountability check-in for me and help me with my consistency. So yeah, I think that is basically my current protocol right now. And if there's anything that I've forgotten, I will share it in my upcoming videos. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any suggestions, I am open to suggestion. So let me hear what your thoughts are. And thank you for watching. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and I wish you good health.